Good people, Sanbonan, Makebalo. Now we are gonna do these two sums on this video where you need to just simplify them. Now on this one, it's just opening the bracket where we do the binomial. Now basically, you need to take this and times it with this, and also this, and times it with this, and also this, and times it with this. Let's do that first step. So m times m squared basically is gonna be m cubed. And then m times this minus 6m n, it's basically going to be minus 6. Now m and m going to give us m squared n. And then m times this negative 6n squared is basically going to be negative m n squared. Now, done with that one. Now we're going to do the second part where we say this times that, this times that, this times that. Now, start with the first part, this one and this one. It's basically going to be minus 2m squared n. And then this times this. Now, negative and negative is going to be positive. And then 6 times 2, which is going to give us 12. And then going to be m. And then coming to the ends, it's going to be n squared. And then the last part where this one and this one. So again, this is since it's negative and negative, it's going to give us a positive and then 2. And then n and n squared is going to give us n cubed. Then from here is a matter of us identifying the like terms. So this one is going to come back here. And then like terms is going to be this one and this one. And then this one and this one. Then starting with the first one here, negative 6m squared n minus 2m squared n. This one is going to give us minus 8m squared n. And then this one and this one is going to give us minus 11m n squared, not minus, plus, and then plus 2n cubed. That's what is basically going to happen there. And then there's the first one, 1.1.1. Now 1.1.2, we're going to have to factorize this. So hopefully people still know how to factorize the difference of two. In this case, it's not a difference, but it is a sum. Now, factorizing this, we open two brackets. We have first a small bracket and a little bit big bracket. Now, how do you factorize this? We start, what is a cube root of x cubed? It's going to be x. What is a cube root of 1? It's basically 1. And then the sign that is here, that's the sign that's going to come back here, which is basically going to be positive 1. And then we move on. It's done with the first bracket, come with the second bracket. How do we fill the second bracket? CT. How can we times this and whatever that is going to be here to get cubed? How do we times that? Basically, it's going to be x squared because this times this, we need to find this. And then coming to the last term. Now, last term, again, this is very, very important. This last term is always positive. Always positive. Even if was minus, this last term was going to be what? Positive. And then we say, I need to times this and whatever number that's going to be here to give me 1. In this case, it's basically going to be 1. And then after that, how do I find now the middle term? Middle term is going to be this times that, which is basically what? X. And then you ask yourself a question. If this is positive, this should be the opposite sign of this. So if this is positive, this should be what? Basically negative. And then all over. Then there's nothing I can do here. Can't factorize this one. This is going to come back as this. Hopefully by now you see this and this exactly the same. Probably they're going to have to cancel each other because there's a division sign. Minus. Now I have to factorize this. Then the big question is that how can I factorize this? Now, there are many ways of factorizing this, especially if we have this one where we have 4, uh, um, basically the value of a there, it's not 1, it's more than 1. So how can I factorize that? Now, I'm going to do a big or a little bit long step on that one. I say this times that, what do we get? We get 4. 4 times 1 is 4. And then from there, I say, I need to find the factors of 4. Factors of 4 is basically 1 and 4 and 2 and 2. And then after LAPO, we say, what are the, between these two factors, what are the two factors that when I plus them or minus them, they should give me what? Ooh, -3. In this case is 1 and 4. So I say, if I have 4x squared minus 3x minus 1, then I replace this with one of these two factors, but now be careful. These should be should be giving me this. So in terms of the sign, it's going to be 4x squared. Now I need to replace this. I need to get this. In order for me to get this, these should be what? Positive x minus 4x minus 1. Now this is give me this, because negative x minus this give me this. Then I move on. Now grouping is going to come into play here. So I need to group this, which is going to be basically 4x squared plus x. Then I group this plus negative 4x. Now let me remove this because now I've done using it. And then minus 1. And then from here, I take out the common factor there. What's going to be my common factor? My common factor is basically going to be x. And then after taking out the common factor, I'm going to be left with what? With 4x plus 1. And then here, basically, the common factor is the negative as a common factor. So it's negative into 4x also plus 1. And then from there, I just have 4x plus 1 into x. This x minus the coefficient here, which is what? Which is 1, so minus 1. So basically, this what I want from factorizing this. I know it's a little bit long method, but I hope people can understand it, because it's not, we're not thinking more about factors in terms of how do you factorize it. It gives us exactly how do you have to factorize it. Hopefully people do understand. Since it's here, just going to remove the topper method, but pause the video, um, write it down so that you can see where does it come from. So since it's already landed on a correct space, I don't have to stretch it, and then by now I'm just going to leave it here, and then I'm going to have 4x plus 1, and then from here hopefully people can see then that this and these they cancel, these and these they cancel since are the same, and then I'm going to be left with x plus 1, this x plus 1 minus this minus, and then bracket x minus 1, this x minus 1, and then from there I have x plus 1, you open the bracket, which is going to be minus x, open the bracket, which is going to be plus 1, x and x, they cancel each other, 1 plus 1 is 2. Thank you so much guys for watching. Makebalo.